It is official. Nebraska has landed their starting punter for this season, an Australian rugby player. So in today's video, I'm going to go over my initial reaction. Who is this guy? What does he bring to the table? And everything you need to know about this monumental move. And then we're going to go over some more news that has dropped. It's been confirmed that Nebraska's first 4 games of the season, their kickoff times will be released this week. So we'll talk about the rumor mill, what you can expect. Is the Michigan game going to be a night game, primetime television? I'll let you know the scoop, and then we'll finish things off with some offensive line recruiting news. The Huskers are getting close to landing a big-time commit. I'll let you know who that is at the end of the video. So really quick, we have a lot to get into. Hey, if you're fired up about adding a punter, I know why I am. Hit that like button. And really quick, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan and you're unsubscribed, what are you waiting for? For daily Husker football content. Nobody else does that. For breaking news just like this, join the family. Over 10,000 diehard Nebraska fans. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. It was announced late last night that Nebraska has landed their starting punter for this season, the 2025 year, out of Melbourne, Australia. Haileybury College. He goes by the name of Archie Wilson, listed at 6'2", 180 pounds. And I've been digging deep, trying to learn some information about this guy. There's not a lot of info on the internet about Archie, but I can tell you a couple things for a fact. Number one, he has never played American football before, and that was the expectation. Of course, guys coming in from Australia, they don't play American football. They play rugby, and he has played rugby and soccer for his college, so he's a multi-sport athlete. He's a great kid in the classroom, great kid out of the classroom, right? He does all the right things, but again, never played American football before. Number two, he is a boomer leg. He was one of the better rugby players for his college. I can tell you for a fact that he can kick it about 50, 55, 60 yards in the air. He is an absolute boomer leg, something that Mike Eckler really wanted from a punter. He identified him and said, hey, this is our guy. And then number three, this is probably the most unique detail about him. He can kick with both his left and his right leg. He's primarily a lefty, so that's who we can expect from Nebraska, that he's going to be a lefty punter, but he can kick it with his right as well. It just shows you how athletic he is and that he has that upside. So again, listen, never played American football before. I know it's going to be a little bit of a red flag for many, but that's not really that big of a deal. Okay, it's really not, because if you watch rugby, which is his main sport, he's not going to be doing anything different that he already does. Okay, it's the same kicking style, it's the same motion. The only difference is that he's going to be playing in America now. He's going to get, he's going to have to get used to being at an American college in a new country, right? That's going to be a little bit of adjustment for him. He's going to have to get used to wearing pads. In rugby, you don't wear pads. He's going to have to get used to wearing a helmet. Obviously, that's a little bit different as well. But again, the rugby style of punting, it's the exact same thing that he's already doing. So I know, some of you guys, never played American football before. It's really not big of a deal. He's going to do the exact same thing he's already been doing. Again, has a great leg, great accuracy from what we've heard. And it also should be noted that the school that he went to, again, Haileybury College in Melbourne, it developed Tory Taylor, who was one of the better punters we've seen in college football in the last decade, obviously out of Iowa. It developed Jackson Ross, who was the punter at Tennessee from last year. Obviously, Mike Eckler, very familiar with him. And then Riley Thompson, who's the current punter at Penn State, one of the better in the Big Ten. So again, that school that he went to developed a lot of good current Big Ten and SEC punters who are going to go off to the NFL. Tory Taylor already in the NFL. So clearly that college is doing something right. Clearly Archie Wilson, they identified him. They said, hey, this guy's a boomer leg. The scouts really, really like him. We feel like we found a hidden gem. He's going to come in here and not only start for us as a true freshman, but he's going to be our starting punter for 2026, 2027, and hopefully 2028. So he's going to be our guy for the next 4 years. Again, very exciting news here. A guy with a boomer leg, once again, who can kick with both his left and right. You don't have to worry about him off the field. Just hopefully he can make that adjustment as soon as possible. Now, it should be noted that he will be on campus this weekend. He will be joining the team next week when they get back on campus. Everybody will get back on campus next week for summer workouts, and he is officially will be on the team. He's already enrolled with the university, and I think he's going to be in the business college. So again, he is going to be our starting punter. There's no battle. And I know people are going to say, Camden Cook's still here. I don't even know why Camden Cook's still on the roster, because he's not a rugby punter. You can't really learn how to be a rugby punter. I don't know. But this is going to be Archie Wilson's show. He's going to be our starting punter. There's some risk involved. We're putting all of our eggs in one basket here. Hopefully he can develop very quickly and be one of the better punters in the Big Ten. So again, that is your new punter. Learn the name, Archie Wilson, because he will be punting, hopefully not too much for Nebraska. Hopefully he'll be scoring touchdowns, but hopefully when he does get on the field, he will be booming at 60, 65 yards and flipping the field for the Huskers. We have not won the Battlefield Edition in a very, very long time. So get to know Archie Wilson. our next punter, not only for this year, but for the next 4 years, ambidextrous, boomer leg Australian punter. So I want to go over some more news that's been dropped. It was released by Troy Dane yesterday night that we can expect Nebraska's kickoff times for their first 4 games to be released this week. So likely today, maybe tomorrow it'll be released. Of course, we already know that we're playing Cincinnati, I believe, at 8 o'clock for that first game, but again, it will be released what time we play Akron, Houston Christian, and then of course the Michigan game. Now I can firmly tell you with that Michigan game, it's down to 2 options. Okay, 11 a.m. kickoff, which is going to be on Fox, big noon, or it'll be a 6:30 kickoff primetime NBC, and it's going to likely be that NBC game. Now I can also tell you some inside info that NBC recently met with Matt Rhule not too long ago to discuss with him kickoff times and other things, such as the Colorado game from last year, and I think they were discussing that Michigan game. So I firmly expect Nebraska to play Michigan at 6:30 on NBC. That'll be a night game. That'll be at home. That's going to be an electric environment, man. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be loud on television as well. So exciting times. I'm expecting that for sure. And then I'm also expecting the Houston Christian game to be a night game on BTN, and then the Akron game's a wild card. It'll be 11 or 2:30. And that'll be probably on FS1 or Big Ten Network again. So that's what to expect. Again, those will likely be released this week. Probably today, probably tomorrow, and we'll make a video reacting to that. But I can firmly tell you, I think I'm going to go 3 for 3 on all those predictions from the bits that I've heard. But just know the Michigan game, expect that to be primetime NBC. All right, last thing I want to go over in this video, Nebraska getting close to landing another freak athlete. Not a punter this time, but Nebraska just offered this kid that you're going to want to know. This is Charlie Tom, who is coming out of Connecticut, 6'6", 265 pounds. Nebraska is expected to get an official visit from him very quickly. He's received 1 million offers in the past month. No, he wasn't even on anybody's radar. The reason why he's blown up is because Nebraska recently had a workout with him, private workout with this kid. Again, he's a 6'6" offensive tackle, and he posted a 9'3" broad jump, which would have been the 4th best in the history of the NFL Combine. It's clear that this kid is an athletic freak, somebody who can be developed at a high level. And ever since Nebraska tested him, they said, okay, we need this kid. So again, he's going to be visiting Nebraska. I'd expect for that June 6th weekend, which is literally next weekend. And I think Nebraska is going to want to land him pretty quickly here. So Charlie Tom, athletic freak tackle. I mean, that speaks for itself. If you have a broad jump that would have been the 5th best ever in the NFL Combine, you're doing something right, man. You're doing something right. So watch out for that name. And last but not least, Ryan Mira. It's been announced that he will be committing June 26th. He's visiting Nebraska next weekend, obviously down in Nebraska, Ole Miss, Miami. Miami has a little bit of the favorite here, but would expect Nebraska, if they can leave a strong impression with him next weekend, Huskers going to be a good place to land him. They're still waiting on their first offensive line commitment of this class. So overall, a lot of good news that's been dropping, man. I'm excited about this punter. Kind of nervous about this punter, right? I never played football before. We'll see what happens there. Now, I trust Mike Eckler, and I think we're going to have a really good special teams this season. All right, guys, want to hear your thoughts down below. Takes 2 seconds. Comment your thoughts. Hit that like button and subscribe if you made it this far. As always, folks, go be Greg, go Matt Rhule. See you in the next one.